guys, Cece here, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to create a plant hanger that is so quick and so easy that you'll have your plant babies hanging up in no time. Let's get into it. Now the first thing that you'll need to know is what plant you want to hang with your plant hanger, because this will dictate the size that you make the plant hanger. So I'm going to hang up this beautiful plant here. It is a smaller pot, but what I'll show you can be adjusted to fit any size. You will also need to know where you want to hang your plant, because we need to know the length that it will sit. And what you need to do is get a tape measure and just measure how far down you want the plant to hang. Now the rule of thumb is, however far down you want your plant to hang, you times that length by 4, and that's how long you're going to cut your strings. So in this example, I want my pot to hang at 1 meter, so I'm going to cut my strings to 4 meters in length. You're going to need 3 strings total for this pattern, so I'm going to cut 3 strings at 4 meters each. Now I've already pre-cut my strings here. I've got a braided cotton cord, which is really great for plant hangers because it's quite strong. However, you can really use any cord that you like for this pattern. So I found the ends of my cords here. And then what you're going to need is a metal loop like this, or a wooden loop. You can get these at your hardware store or also buy them online. I'll leave a link in the description below to where you can buy these online. Now you're going to take the ends of your cord and you're just going to feed them through the loop, and then feed that all the way through so your cords are folded in half and both ends of your strings meet at the bottom at about the same length, like so. Now to secure that in place, we're going to tie an overhand knot with all our strings and just pull tightly on that. And you should end up with something that looks like this, and you're ready to hang that up for your plant hanger. Now I'm just going to hang that in place, and now we can start creating the basket for our pot. Another thing that you can do with your plant hanger, which is an optional step, is add some beads, which I think is a great little addition. What you need to do is work in groups of 2 cords. So I'm going to grab the first 2 cords here and I'm going to feed some beads on the ends. I've got these very cute little wooden beads that I'm going to use today. And I'm just going to feed the beads through 2 strings at a time. A little tip when you're buying your beads, make sure that the hole in the beads is big enough. I have ordered a lot of beads before and they've come in the mail and the holes have been way too small to fit any string into it, so just keep an eye on that. Now that I have my beads where I want them to sit, I'm just going to secure them in place using an overhand knot. So using each group of 2 cords, just creating a little overhand knot underneath. So now that that's done, I'm going to create my basket where the plant will sit. So what we need to do is take one group of 2 cords and another group of 2 cords, and we're going to take 1 string from either side and then join these 2 together using an overhand knot. Wherever this overhand knot sits is where your plant is going to sit. So just make sure you're putting the overhand knot in the correct place. So now I'm going to take the leftover string from this group here and I'm going to attach it to one of the cords from the other group of strings using again an overhand knot. And then you'll have 2 strings left over and you're going to again tie them with an overhand knot. You should end up with a round of work that looks like this. So now I'm going to tie these strings back the other way. So we're going to take 1 string from one overhand knot, 1 string from another overhand knot, and then create another overhand knot underneath those, like so. And we're going to do that with all of the strings around in the circle. Now the distance that you have your overhand knots sitting apart from each other depends on the size of your pot. So my pot's quite small, so these knots are sitting quite close together. However, if you did have a bigger pot that you wanted to put in there, you would need to put these overhand knots a bit further down. Now at this point in your pot plant hanger, what you want to do is just quickly check that your pot actually sits inside there. You can check that your knots are in the correct place just by grabbing your pot and then just placing it inside and checking that the knots sit nicely around the outside of the pot. So you can see that that's tight around the pot, which is perfect. Okay, so the final step in our plant hanger is to create the knot at the base. So we're just going to bring all of our cords together and create one final overhand knot. Pull that tight like so, and now our plant hanger is finished. Now all I have to do is place my plant in here. And that's your finished plant hanger. You can always trim the tail of your pot plant hanger as well to the desired length, but I just like to leave mine nice and long. Again, this is a really simple pot plant hanger. If you're looking for a more challenging macrame pattern, I do have one available online. I'll leave the link to that in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe so you stay up to date with all my DIY projects. Here's to finding our peace and creativity.